Welcome back everyone, it's me Vivi and let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, one thing I want to dive into, the plot of Toy Box, aka the Toy Story world. Let's try and wrap our heads around what's actually going on, right? Let's go. Now, what we've learned from the series so far, I'll try to apply that and make an understanding out of it. Now let's go a bit back in time to the first Toy Story reveal trailer. Sora and company end up in Andy's room and they encounter Heartless, according to Buzz, when all of their friends went missing, Andy and all of the other toys. There was a hooded figure, and that's pretty much how the Heartless appeared afterwards. The soldiers, the toys, report that they were last seen at Galaxy Toys. What happened to them? Young Xehanort is behind this. From what you've seen from the trailers before, it's him alright. Now I'm gonna go over what Kingdom Hearts Insider shared from IGN. I'm not going to show the scenes that got, I guess, leaked from the premiere event, scenes that weren't supposed to be recorded. I'm not going to show him. We have now learned that young Xehanort has been invading Toy Box and reveals that he has split the world in two to better understand how hearts work. Now I saw the scene with Xehanort, well, young Xehanort. He used the word copy. He copied the world. I guess you could interchange the terms copy and split because Sora used the word split. Now in the Toy Story trailer, the first one we saw in July, there is darkness missing that they must reclaim. The way hearts connect provide a clue. One's heart's shadows fills the emptiness of another. See how they bring him to life. Okay, one's shadow. This is Kingdom Hearts we're talking about. What shadow symbolizes? It means emotion, sad emotion, some sort of internal conflict one has within them. And this missing piece he's talking about. This missing piece of one's heart would be the toys. When one feels lonely, sad, that shadow of doubt, emotion, helps a toy come to life. I mean, that's how young Xehanort sees it at least. There's always a pinch of darkness in one's heart. The princesses being a different case, their hearts are made of pure light. Ventus, old Xehanort did split his heart into two. Well, extracted the darkness, should I say, to create Vanitas, which is a great example of one having darkness. And that piece of one's darkness, Andy in this case, brought his toys to life. And that's how his heart is connected. Young Xehanort did say he's curious how the heart connects in this world, right? Now in Toy Story, with Andy around, the toys pretend to be inanimate. For what reason? I'm guessing they don't want him to freak out. They can talk to humans. Sid being the prime example. The toys had to break a few rules by then. How did the toys come to life in the first place? This has been the biggest subject when it comes to the Toy Story series. A lot of people thought it had something to do with Andy's father, what he was feeling, you know, since his father was never seen in the movies before. That's the internal conflict he could have been facing. He was sad. Core writer Andrew Stanton actually debunked fans' theory about his father dying of post-polio. I have no idea if you guys have known about this before, but there you go. We still don't really know what happened to his father, so pretty much maybe since Andy was sad about his father's absence, that caused a shadow of doubt within himself. And that's one way the toys came to life, and Xehanort is curious of such nature. Toys have no organs. I'm guessing these toys have hearts? That's what brings them to life? Their hearts being connected to Andy's. Yes, we do have pureblood Heartless who originate from the realm of darkness. Those creatures lack a heart. Do not compare them to the emblem Heartless. Two different things. Although Shadow Heartless, for example, they move without a heart, they're not as lively as the toys, right? Speaking, the way they move, the way they feel, it's completely different. Emotion is what I'm talking about. These toys do have emotion, so they can easily have a heart if we are talking about the Kingdom Hearts universe. And one sentence he said, see how they, I'm guessing the toys, bring him to life. What is young Xehanort trying to do exactly? Is he doing the opposite? And what I mean by opposite is using the toys to bring Andy back to life. If that's the case, what did he do to Andy? Did he put him to sleep? Like how Sora was put to sleep in Dream Drop Distance by young Xehanort. And who was the one who woke up Sora? Riku, by diving within his heart. He had the power because he sealed 7 sleeping keyholes. Okay dude, but Riku gained that power to dive within one's heart. You know, to wake up Sora from sleep by unlocking 7 keyholes of sleep. How would the toys wake up Andy? That's exactly the thing. How hearts connect in their world is different in Xehanort's eyes. Once Andy wakes up, assuming he's put to sleep, you know, to try and study what's going on. Well, the toys pretend to be inanimate. This is Toy Story we're talking about. Well, duh. I mean, this is canon to Toy Story. A lot of people are saying, yes, Nomura did talk about the story being, I guess, canon, but I don't buy it. What Nomura meant is, the events of Kingdom Hearts take place after the events of Toy Story, but it doesn't necessarily mean that Kingdom Hearts is really part of the timeline of the series. I don't know. Anywho, that's not the point. Oh, another thing. How hearts connect in this world. Young Xehanort said, just like Heartless and Nobodies, they fit together. So going by the lore of Kingdom Hearts, the way these toys come to life is we can say they actually don't quickly get a heart, but grow one. Since, you know, in Dream Drop Distance it was explained that a nobody, a human form of a nobody, can grow their own heart. What would you say of such possibility? Now, if you were to explain this to someone who only watches the films, they'd be like, huh? What are you talking about? Hearts? What hearts? But having played Kingdom Hearts, one can easily understand how these toys are brought to life, if you think about it. Now, what does he mean by copying the world, or split, whatever word you want to go with? Are these two distinct toy box worlds or parallel? If they're parallel, going by what Joshua said in Dream Drop Distance, time flow should be the same. They could be parallel, but that's not the main focus right here. Toy Box is not a dream world. Dream Drop Distance was all about dreams taking physical form. A world which was asleep, and yet could physically be there. Sora and Riku could interact with its environment. Sora was in sleeping worlds. Riku was in Sora's dream, remember? Sora was in the realm of sleep. He was seeing things, he was imagining it, we can say. That imagination allowed Riku to be within Sora's dream or imagination. So this copy of Toy Box is not a dream of, say, Sora or anyone for that matter. Dream Drop Distance, I'm gonna keep it short, I don't want to confuse you guys. We had two Traverse Towns, complete different worlds according to Joshua. Time flowed differently, they weren't parallel. And by the way, the splitting of Traverse Town, well, splitting the worlds in Dream Drop Distance was not young Xehanort's doing, so I do not think young Xehanort is dealing with dreams here. Young Xehanort did, however, separate the characters, game's partners, in Dream Drop Distance. That we can put on young Xehanort. Young Xehanort, by the way, couldn't even enter the dream realm until Sora and Riku went there. Once young Xehanort entered that realm, he built a bridge that allowed them to easily come in and out using a dark corridor. That's always how I understood it. So in this case, I'm thinking of a world, something computerized, a digital world made up of data similar to Twilight Town and Kingdom Hearts 2. Listen up, in this data world, Andy and the toys were taken there. You know, so no one interferes. Simple. And why did they copy the world? Because that's how hearts connect in that world. They were curious about the world's nature. Young Xehanort could have easily kidnapped them and put them in another world. Remember the Princesses of Heart in Kingdom Hearts 1? Taken to Hollow Bastion? He could have done that, something similar. There's just something in this world that captured their attention, this missing darkness they're trying to reclaim. In Cage 2, when Roxas found the pod, that pod, which was in the real Twilight Town, was connected to a computer with data of this other Twilight Town. Let me bring up a very old interview with Nomura. Please tell us a bit more about the Twilight Town Roxas was in. From Ansim's other report number 12, there's the line, "For the moment, I've converted all of the Twilight Town into data and formed a copy of the world in Sora's memories." Nomura replied by saying, "The Twilight Town Roxas was in is the data of the real Twilight Town inside a computer. The pod Sora sleeps in is connected to a computer, and in that computer is the data of that world, and the 13 organization hacked into the computer. It's not that Axel went into Sora's brain, it's actually that the Nobodies invaded the world that's in the computer that Sora's brain is accessing. If Organization 13 can hack into into that sort of computer, that means young Xehanort knew a thing or two, right? In fact, Xehanort did work with Ansem the Wise for some time. Who's to say he didn't learn any extra things? So, considering that there's for sure something young Xehanort learned, didn't Mickey digitize Jiminy's journal? If Mickey can do that, so can the organization. So guys, this other world, this other toy box being a copy, I'm thinking is just something very similar to Twilight Town we saw in Cage 2. Okay, if so, couldn't young Xehanort simply just make data out of all of the characters without kidnapping people? Well, that's the thing. If they want to study hearts, they want it to be real. Because if they were only to make a data out of everything, they would have to deal with digitized darkness, right? I mean, look at the Keyblade. From Digital Sora, from Recoded, it just went kaput. I understand the world itself, which is copied, is made out of data, if this is the case. For the organization, that's enough. Even if the world is made out of data, that's enough for them to study the characters themselves, the toys and Andy. So with that being said, I'm gonna stop talking now. Now tell me what you understood from young Xehanort's statement. Do you believe the world which he copied is very similar of nature to the digitized Twilight Town we saw in Cage 2? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching.